Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam. First chapter. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Once upon a time, on an auspicious day at Tirumala, the Bhuloka Vaikuntha, Lord Sri Venkateswara, also known as Srinivasa, the Kaliyuga avatara of Lord Sriman Narayana, blessed a devotee by name Viswapati to write and popularize Sri Venkateswara Vratam under his aegis. In the words of the Lord, O my dear devotee Viswapati, I am going to describe a special Vratam to you. This Vratam is very dear to me. It is very easy to perform. People born in this Kali Yuga are facing great difficulties as a result of their previous births as well as this birth's karmas. Among these people, some of my devotees pray to me to relieve them of their hardships. They undertake all kinds of travails to reach Tirumala to seek my darshan. I love my devotees very much. I take every such devotee into my fold who completely surrenders himself or herself unto me and follows the path of dharma in his or her life. The Vratam that I am about to describe to you shall become popular as Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam. This Vratam is very dear to me. Whosoever performs this Vratam with faith and devotion would immediately get rid of all of his or her miseries. This Vratam can be performed by anyone and everyone at any place. Performing during the auspicious months of Margasira, Magha, Kartika months of the Hindu lunar calendar, or the Tidhis of Purnima, Panchami, Saptami, Ekadasi, or the days with Sravana Swati Nakshatras would give maximum and immediate results. The result and outcome would be manifold. I am very much aware of the various adversities faced by my devotees in this Kali Yuga. To overcome these difficulties, be they financial, career, health, or business, or even to secure mental peace, one can perform this Vratam. One can also perform this Vratam before any auspicious function in their homes, like marriages, housewarming, etc. The function will go on smoothly without any hurdles by performing this powerful Vratam. They would be blessed with prosperity and happiness. One can perform Sri Venkateswara Vratam either in the morning or evening. The Vratam contains 5 chapters. All the chapters have to be read with utmost devotion. One can perform the Vratam at one's own house or rental premises, or in a temple, or at any holy place, or even on the banks of any river. It is advisable to invite your friends and relatives over for this Vratam. This Vratam shall bestow good health, happiness, prosperity to devotees who perform the Vratam and to those who attend and take the prasadam. In the olden days, many Maharshis, who were my very dear devotees, performed this Vratam and had obtained my divine grace. People in Kali Yuga who perform the Vratam with full faith and devotion would surely be blessed with prosperity and happiness. If one performs this Vratam with total concentration, the results would be optimum. This Vratam is very easy to perform. I know your difficulties and limitations in this Kali Yuga. The benefits of performing this Vratam would be equivalent to that of performing a penance or a big yajna or yaga of the earlier yugas. Before commencing the Vratam, one has to thoroughly clean the area chosen to perform the Vratam, arrange a mantapam and install my photo along with my consorts Sri Devi and Bhudevi. If one cannot get such a picture, one can use a picture with my image only. The mantapam has to be installed against a wall. One can also use photos of other gods, goddesses of one's choice. Meditate upon all the Navagrahas and Ashtadikpalakas or invoke them at the beginning of the puja or pray to them in one's mind for the successful completion of the Vratam. Pray and worship Lord Ganesha made from turmeric at the onset of the puja. After that, read all the 5 chapters associated with the Vratam. This is the first chapter. The other 4 chapters would be dictated virtually by great sages Viswamitra, Vasishta, Bharadwaja, and Atri, who are very dear to me. After the completion of the 5 chapters, one can read my stotrams that are dear to me. After completion of each chapter, devotees have to chant Govinda Namam thrice. Govinda, 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 Govinda. One can also perform this vratam in a simpler way. I understand the limitations of people in Kali Yuga. That is why I suggest to you a much easier way. Devotees who cannot afford to do it in an elaborate way can do it all alone by meditating upon me, by keeping my picture in front of them. Meditate on Lord Ganesha, Navagrahas, Ashtadikpalakas. Then devotees can just read the 5 stories and offer any fruit or sugar, jaggery or any sweet as Naivedya to me and then take it as my prasadam. Performing in a simple way also would lead to fulfilling of one's wishes. All the miseries would be resolved. One would be blessed with prosperity. I personally shall come in some form or the other to take the prasadam wherever this vratam is being performed with full faith and devotion. My blessings would always be there upon my devotees. In this manner, Bhagavan himself described the process of Sri Venkateswara Vratam to a devotee named Timmaraju Viswapati Ramakrishna Murthy, Viswapati. He blessed this powerful Vratam procedure to his dear devotee Vishwapati on Tirumala, his favorite abode. We, the people born in Kali Yuga, should perform this Vratam whenever possible to seek the divine blessings of Lord Sri Venkateswara. We shall not only overcome all our troubles after performing the Vratam, but would also live peacefully throughout our lives. Govinda, 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 Govinda. End of first chapter. Sriyah Kantaya Kalyana Nidaye Nidayerdhinam Sri Venkata Nivasaya Srinivasaya Mangalam. Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam. Second chapter. Sri Viswamitra Uvacha. Blessed by sage Viswamitra. This chapter has been blessed upon us by one of the greatest sages, Brahmarshi Vishwamitra. In the words of the Maharshi Vishwamitra himself, dear people of Kali Yuga, beloved devotees of Srinivasa, Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam, which is being performed by you all, is divine and highly sacred. It is very powerful. It is the easiest of ways to obtain Lord Srinivasa's mercy in this Kali Yuga. During the olden days, infinite people performed this sacred Vratam and obtained Sri Srinivasa's blessings for fulfillment of their wishes. Let us all bow to Lord Sri Venkateswara Swami for blessing us with such a simple and easy to perform Vratam. Saying so, Sri Viswamitra continued, Long ago there lived a beloved devotee of Sri Venkateswara Swami in the kingdom of Magadha, by name Vishnuchitta. He had 9 daughters. Though he was a great scholar, he lived in extreme poverty. His wife, Taramati, was always engrossed in prayer and meditation to Lord Srimanarayana. At times, Vishnuchitta earned a meager sum of money as a purohit at weddings, and with great difficulty, the couple could provide 2 meals a day for the entire family. Time flew, and soon all the daughters were of marriageable age. Taramati, their mother, was always worried about their marriage. She, however, continued to pray to Lord Srinivasa as days passed by. Dear devotees of Srinivasa, as we all know, Lord Srinivasa always protects his devotees who surrender themselves to him. On the auspicious day of Magha Paurnami, early in the morning, an old Brahmin knocked on the door of Vishnuchitta's house. He said, "O Brahmin, I am coming from Vanga kingdom. I am going to participate in a yaga at another city and happen to pass through your kingdom. Could you kindly allow me to stay at your house for the night? I would leave early in the morning." Vishnuchitta readily agreed to the old Brahmin's wish and said, "Swami, I am very fortunate. As per the Puranas, a guest is but the Lord Sriman Narayana himself. Kindly stay at our house without any hesitation." Saying so, he took the old Brahmin inside his house and followed the customary ways of treating any guest. In the afternoon, after having food, the old Brahmin addressed Taramati and asked, "Mother, why are you looking worried? What is your problem? Don't hesitate to tell me." Taramati replied, "Swami, you appear to be a very devout person. Your divinity reminds me of Lord Sri Venkateswara. Why should I hesitate? I am deeply worried about my daughter's marriages." Hearing her words, the old Brahmin smiled and said, "Mother, I understand your pain. I will tell you a miraculous vratam which will help you overcome all your problems and get your daughters married. As soon as you perform the vratam, all your troubles would vanish. Sri Venkateswara Vratam is very easy to perform." Saying so, he explained the Sri Venkateswara Vratam procedure to the couple. In all excitement, Vishnuchitta said, "Swami, I am very happy. What more can we ask for? Why should we buy time? There is a saying that all good deeds should be done at the earliest. Today is Magha Paurnami, a very auspicious day. We will perform the Sri Venkateswara Vratam explained by you today itself." Saying so, Vishnuchitta and Taramati, along with their daughters, made all the arrangements and invited all their near and dear ones and performed the Vratam in the evening on the same day with utmost faith and devotion. All the invitees who attended the Vratam took the prasadam and left for their homes. Vishnuchitta and Taramati prostrated at the old Brahmin's feet and sought his blessings. The old Brahmin also took the Tirtham and Prasadam and blessed them, saying, "Manovancha phalasiddhirastu. May all your wishes be fulfilled. Sri Lakshmi Srinivasa Kataksha Siddhirastu. May Lord Srinivasa and Goddess Lakshmi bless you." As night had befallen and it was time to sleep, Vishnuchitta sadly handed over a torn old blanket to the old Brahmin and tearfully pleaded, "Swami, as I am a poor man, I am unable to provide a better blanket to you. Please forgive me and make do with this one for the night." The Brahmin smiled and asked Vishnuchitta not to worry. He said that he would sleep on the veranda of the house. Soon everyone fell asleep. Just before the break of dawn, way past after midnight, There was heavy rain accompanied by thunder and lightning. It was fully dark and nothing was visible. Vishnu Chitta was worried about the old Brahmin's condition, but was helpless as it was completely dark and he couldn't see anything outside. He, along with his family, anxiously waited for the break of dawn. By morning, the heavy rain stopped and gave way to light showers. The family rushed out to see the condition of the old Brahmin, but were in for a surprise. There was no sight of the old Brahmin there. Instead of the torn blanket, the idol of a smiling Lord Sri Venkateswara was found on a yellow silk cloth. The couple then understood that it was none other than the Lord Sriman himself who had come in the Brahmin's guise. They excitedly thought, "It is indeed our good fortune." But alas, we could not recognize him. Moreover, we offered a torn blanket to the Lord. With all these thoughts, they carried the Lord's idol inside the house with great joy. What they found there made them speechless. Their house was transformed into a treasure trove of gold. Stacks of gold and money were all over the place. They realized the power of performing Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam and praised the Lord in many ways. Sage Viswamitra concluded by saying, "See, the Lord himself came in the guise of a guest. He not only explained the process of the Vratam, but also ate the prasadam. Lord Sri Venkateswara is very kind-hearted. Lord will definitely visit his devotees in some form or the other if they conduct the Vratam with devotion and faith. All of you too perform the Vratam to receive the Lord's blessings. Sri Lakshmi Srinivasa Kataksha Siddhirastu. Govinda 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 Govinda." End of second chapter. Sriya Kantaya Kalyana Nidhaye Nidhaye Dhinam Sri Venkata Nivasaya Srinivasaya Mangalam. Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam, third chapter. Sri Vasishta Uvacha, blessed by sage Vasishta. With the grace of the Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana, the great sage Brahmarshi Vasishta blessed upon us the third chapter of the powerful and sacred Sri Venkateswara Vratam. Maharshi Vasishta spoke thus: "Dear people of Kali Yuga, beloved devotees of Lord Srinivasa, Lord Sri Venkateswara Swami, the presiding deity of the sacred Tirumala hills in Bhuloka, is none other than Lord Sriman Narayana of Vaikuntha himself. The Supreme Lord himself descended on Tirumala hills to be in close proximity to all mankind as Lord Srinivasa, to help all his devotees overcome the difficulties in their lives. Performing Sri Venkateswara Vratam is the easiest way of getting blessed with the Lord's enormous grace. Those who perform the Vratam with full faith and devotion would be blessed with ample wealth and prosperity. They will be blessed with all the best things in life." Maharshi Vasishta continued further. Long ago, there was a town called Bhagyanagaram in the kingdom of Avanti. As the name suggests, most of the people in the town were very rich and were very proud of their wealth. Because of their egos, they looked down upon the deprived and the poor. They always thought that they amassed such wealth solely by their greatness. They never prayed to God either regularly or even on special days. Lord Sriman Narayana wanted to teach a lesson to these conceited people. One day, all the wealthy people were partying and enjoying themselves. No one even lighted a lamp in the temple of Sri Lakshmi Narayana, situated in the eastern street of the town. It was Toli Ekadasi on that day, the first Ekadasi, a very auspicious day. The rich people were busy enjoying the party, unmindful of the same. None in the town thought of doing any puja in the temple. Suddenly in the evening, black clouds formed, followed by heavy downpour. The houses of the merchants were flooded with water. It was pitch dark, and by the next morning, the town drowned in water. All the houses and shops were washed away. The traders lost everything and were left only with the clothes on their bodies. Why this sudden calamity? Why such a deluge? No one understood the reason for such a devastation. And then they noticed something very strange. All the huts on the outskirts of the town were intact. They were shocked and could not believe their eyes. How come the huts survived the storm? As they stood puzzled, there was lightning. They heard a divine voice from the skies saying, "You fools, you have faced the consequences of your conceited nature. You are all arrogant and always gave credit to yourselves for your prosperity, and this is the result of it. There is one great devotee of mine by name Devaya in one of those huts. The poor man Devaya has been lighting the lamp in the temple of your town every day. In addition, on every Ekadasi, Devaya performs Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam within his means. As a result, Devaya and all others in the huts remained safe and were not affected at all by the thunderstorm. If all of you perform the Vratam, you will get back your lost wealth and prosperity." Soon after hearing the divine voice, all of them rushed to the temple. Together, they made arrangements for the puja and performed the Vratam collectively. Later on, they found their homes and wealth safe and secure as before. Thereafter, the entire clan of businessmen in that town religiously performed Sri Venkateswara Vratam on every Ekadasi. They continued to live happily for the rest of their lives and attained moksha in the end. Sri Vasishta Muni thus completed the third story. Govinda, 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 Govinda. End of third chapter. Sriyah Kantaya Kalyana Nidhaye Nidhayerdhinam Sri Venkata Nivasaya Srinivasaya Mangalam. Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam, fourth chapter. Sri Bharadwaja Uvacha, blessed by sage Bharadwaja. The fourth chapter of Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam, which is very dear to Sriman Narayana, has been narrated by the great Bharadwaja Maharshi. In Bharadwaja Maharshi's words, "Dear people of Kali Yuga, beloved devotees of Sriman Narayana, the Sri Venkateswara Vratam that you are performing is an amazing Vratam. It is the easiest way to fulfill all your wishes. The best way to appease Lord Venkateswara is to perform the Vratam. In this Kali Yuga, Lord Sriman Narayana has descended upon Tirumala hills as Sri Srinivasa to bless his devotees. One can set foot on Tirumala and have the Swami's darshan only as a result of one's good karma of several previous births. One gets the thought of performing Sri Venkateswara Vratam only because of blessings, an outcome of the good deeds done in several earlier births. Else one would not be able to perform this Vratam. One who performs, one who listens to the stories, and the one who at least partakes Srivari Prasadam would experience his immense grace and his innumerable blessings. Once upon a time there lived a trader named Dhanagupta in Nagari village. He was a miser. No matter how prosperous he became, he remained a miser. He was highly egoistic and felt that he amassed such great wealth out of his own greatness. As we all know, pride goes before a fall. Dhanagupta's wife Kantimati was a very devout woman. The couple had 3 daughters. The youngest daughter Kumari was an ardent devotee of Lord Srinivasa and would always chant his name. Without her father's knowledge, she frequently visited the temple of Lord Venkateswara to have his darshan. The entire family would eat the prasadam brought by Kumari except her father. Kantimati was always worried about her husband's attitude. One day Kumari went to her friend's house as they were performing Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam. It was afternoon by the time the Vratam was completed. She took the prasadam, packed a small amount of the same for her family, and left for her house. As it was very hot, Kumari felt very thirsty on her way back home. She remembered that her father's shop was close by and went there to quench her thirst. She, however, did not tell her father about the Vratam as she was afraid that he would scold her. After drinking water, she hurriedly left the shop, and in her hurry, she forgot the packet of prasadam at the shop itself. Suddenly there was chaos and confusion around the market street. There was a big fire, and out of fear, people ran here and there, screaming loudly. Owing to the severe heat and dry storm, almost all the shops in that street were gutted in the fire. Dhanagupta was completely shaken and thought his shop also would be destroyed. Everyone ran out of the shop, but he remained inside. He knew very well that he might die if he stayed in, and his hands shook out of fear. He didn't feel like going out, leaving the shop, but he knew that if he stayed for a few more minutes, he would be burnt alive. In that anxiety, by chance, he touched some packet. Without a second thought, he opened the packet and put the contents of the packet into his mouth, and it tasted sweet. Somehow he felt calm and relaxed too. A miracle happened at that instant. The fire stopped at the adjacent shop of Dhanagupta. Not even a small spark fell on his shop. He was utterly amazed and dumbfounded. He thought, "What a wonder! What an incredible thing! How did it happen?" Meanwhile, word spread around the town about the fire in the market street, and in no time, Dhanagupta's family rushed to the spot out of fear. Praying to Sri Venkateswara, they reached the shop. They were very surprised to see that the fire had stopped just a few yards before their shop, and that it had gutted all other shops. Then Kumari recollected that she left Sri Venkateswara Vratha Prasadam packet unknowingly when she came to the shop in the afternoon to have a glass of water. Dhanagupta realized what he ate in anxiety was nothing but the contents of the same packet. Kumari told her parents that she attended Sri Venkateswara Vratam in her friend's house, and the packet was the holy prasadam of Sri Venkateswara Vratam. Dhanagupta realized that the Lord's prasadam had saved both him and his shop from being destroyed. He begged the Lord to forgive him. The same evening, he invited everyone in the village and with lot of devotion performed Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam. From then on, he turned into a great devotee of the Lord and spent the rest of his life in service of the Swami and ultimately attained moksha. See how one was saved from such a big catastrophe by just consuming the Lord's prasadam. Sri Venkateswara Vratam is so powerful. Whenever feasible, all of you should perform Sri Venkateswara Vratam and obtain Lord Sri Srinivasa's blessings. Saying so, Maharshi Bharadwaja concluded the 4th chapter. Govinda, 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 Govinda. End of 4th chapter. Sriyah Kantaya Kalyana Nidaye Nidayerdhinam Sri Venkata Nivasaya Srinivasaya Mangalam. Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam, 5th chapter. Sri Atri Uvacha, blessed by Maharshi Atri. Tirumala Tirupati is the Bhuloka Vaikuntha. According to the Puranas, there is no place in this universe that is as sacred as Tirumala. There is no other Supreme Lord equal to Sri Venkateswara Swami, either in the past or in the present, or will there be in the future. Sriman Narayana, who descended upon the sacred Tirumala hills as Srinivasa, loves his devotees very much. He takes care of all devotees who surrender to him completely and pray to him every day and who follow the path of righteousness. Performing Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam is the easiest way to seek the grace of the Supreme Lord. The great Maharshi Atri narrated the 5th chapter of this amazing Vratam in the following manner. Dear beloved devotees of Srinivasa, you are lucky to be born in Kali Yuga. The people of Krita, Treta and Dwapara Yugas had to perform severe penance and do great yagnas and yagas to get Lord Sriman Narayana's blessings. But in Kali Yuga, mere chanting of Sri Srinivasa's name brings fruitful results. One has to call him with utmost devotion, and the next minute he stands by the devotee's side. Such an epitome of compassion is Lord Srinivasa. Every stone in Tirumala Kshetra is a Saligramam, sacred stone of Vishnu. Every single step taken on this sacred hill is the result of good deeds of several previous births. In olden days, there lived a washerman called Mitrudu in Kaumara kingdom. He was a man of righteousness and would do charity with his earnings in addition to carrying out his duties as a washerman. As he was handicapped, he used to worry a lot. Due to his physical disability, it was difficult for him to carry loads of washed clothes and deliver them in every household. Added to this, he had a big family. He could make ends meet with great difficulty. However, he prayed to Lord Srinivasa every day and believed that one day the Lord would shower his grace on him. Lord Sriman Narayana knew of Mitrudu's predicament as well as his strong faith in the Lord. No matter how great a devotee is, one has to pay for one's karma of previous births. Once we overcome it, then the Lord comes in some form to relieve us from our miseries. On one evening, Mitrudu was returning to the village with the load of washed clothes and was finding it very difficult to walk. On the way, he met an old Brahmin. Due to his good nature, he immediately put down his load of clothes on the ground and greeted the Brahmin by folding his hands. Seeing his plight, the Brahmin said, "O son, you are facing a lot of problems with this disability. I feel sorry for your plight." Mitrudu prayed, saying, "Swami, you seem to be a great person. I am forced to work despite my disability for the sake of my large family. Can you suggest a way to overcome my disability?" The Brahmin replied, "Son, I am more than willing to help. Please listen carefully. Not only your lameness will be gone, but you will also be blessed with prosperity by performing a vratam. You will receive 1,000 gold coins as soon as you complete the vratam. However, there is one condition. You have to give me half of the coins. I will meet you tomorrow here at the same time." Mitrudu was very happy and prayed, "Swami, I am very fortunate. I will perform the sacred vratam today itself. Please tell me the procedure." The Brahmin explained in detail Sri Venkateswara Vratam to Mitrudu. With great fervor, Mitrudu returned home and narrated the whole story to his wife. They invited their neighbors, performed the vratam, ate the prasadam, and distributed it to everyone. As soon as they finished the vratam, they could hear some commotion outside their house. Mitrudu's son ran inside and said, "Father, the royal guards have come. The king has sent gifts to you." The royal guards came in and said that the king had appointed Mitrudu as the royal washerman and that he had sent 1,000 gold coins as a gift, and that he should join duty at the palace within a week. Mitrudu's joy knew no bounds. He couldn't wait even for a day and started for the palace the following day with bag and baggage. In this excitement, he completely forgot about his promise to the old Brahmin. However, on his way to the palace, when he remembered the promise, he thought he could meet the old Brahmin in a month's time. He joined the royal palace as a washerman and forgot all about the old Brahmin. Days and months passed by. Lord Srimanarayana, who had taken the form of the old Brahmin, was angry with Mitrudu. Bhagwan thought that this is typical of human nature and wanted to teach him a lesson. As a result, the next day, the queen's jewelry was lost and Mitrudu was alleged as the thief. Mitrudu was imprisoned and put behind bars. He was tortured by the prison guards in various ways. Mitrudu was deeply disturbed over the happening. He did not know why the allegation fell on him. Then Sri Srinivasa appeared in his dream and said that it was he himself who had come in the form of the old Brahmin and that Mitrudu had to undergo the suffering because he forgot about the promise he had made when he appeared before him as the old Brahmin. Immediately, Mitrudu prayed, "Swami, I am a sinner. I did not keep my promise. I forgot all about you after I got good money. Please pardon me. From now on, I will perform the vratam every month. I will offer half of my earnings to you on a monthly basis, all through my life." The compassionate Lord was pleased and immediately pardoned him. As a result of the Lord's grace, the queen's jewelry was found elsewhere the following day. The king realized that Mitrudu was innocent and hence released him from prison. From then on, Mitrudu performed Sri Venkateswara Vratam every month and offered half of his monthly earnings to the Lord. He spent the rest of his life happily and in the end attained mukti. Thus, Maharshi Atri ended the fifth story of Sri Venkateswara Vratam. Govinda, 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 Govinda. End of fifth chapter. Sriyah Kantaya Kalyana Nidhaye Nidhayerdhinam Sri Venkata Nivasaya Srinivasaya Mangalam. Sarvam Sri Venkateswararpanamastu. Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavantu. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. End of Sri Venkateswara Vratha Kalpam.